see?
Yep.
Are you guys able to see? Yeah. So last week I had to combine two sets of notes. We had power issues in the Puget Sound, Pacific Northwest, and then I think I also had some conflicting stuff. So sorry about that. It was a long sheet of notes last time. So, just to recap, we had the full-scale hero test by Mercia, and people talking about that. And so Sutha, formerly Intel, talked about her. She was going to raise a new PR for the 128-bit. And then Michael went over Floating Nic. So if you guys had any questions about Floating Nic, I assume I'll have to take that paperwork and convert it to Markdown at some point. Maybe I'll do that over the holidays. And then I also mentioned that the Dash project and Smart Switch were briefly presented at Ignite by Mark Rusinovich. He's our CTO. And so it's just a couple, like 1342 to 16, I think, are the minutes that you can see on the video. So anyway, let me know if there's any questions about that. And we completed quite a few last week, the last round. So there was a lot that got done.
Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Sutha's 128-bit implementation, right? So now I'm looking at some comments actually I have got coding comments. I addressed that. Finally, it is actually from execution test is also required for final approval. So I will be doing in this week or in, maybe by next week I can complete this.
Is this the one in the P4 Lang, P4c?
5034. 5034. I raised
5034. Okay.
Yes.
5034. And that's in P4 Lang?
37th line, right? Sorry, that's 37th row. 5009 I could not commit actually. So I raised for another PR, it is 5034.
5034. Okay. Thank you very much. Would you pop that in the chat window so I can add it later?
What should I update?
Would you just put that number in the chat window in the repo so I can add it later? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Awesome. Thanks. And then I think, guys, over the holiday break, I may have to try and transition the existing usernames and lists I have over to the Linux Foundation. I haven't really had time to work on that. Any opposition, or do you guys want to keep it the same as it is today? So it would kind of be more like the SONiC distros, the UEC distros, the P4
Do you mean the
distros.
mailing list, Christina?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah.
Do you guys want it that way? You're
Yeah.
all for it? Okay, because for the last 2 years we've kind of been in startup mode and quick evolution, and so we hadn't really formalized onto their platform quite yet. And they've reached out to me to go ahead and do that, and I'm willing to do it as long as you guys are okay with it. So if you are, that'd be great.
If it helps you, we are not okay. Then you don't have to do any work.
Yeah, well, I still like to craft the meeting notes according to how I see things, and please give me feedback if it's not correct. So I just don't know if I can format it the same way in their tooling. So I'll take a look at that over the holiday. So yeah, and then I think we have someone new here, Razi Malik Wajhat. You want to introduce yourself? Okay, he may be on mute, so if you feel like introducing yourself, please do. And so, so we got a ton of stuff done the last few weeks. And so really, a lot of these in progress items are possibly going to be covered, by the behavioral model app we're working on. So, and others, I'll check on these, but this one here, Jimmy Zhai, also known as Junhua, has been working on this one, and I believe it's ready for merge. I wanted to ping this morning. It looks like we had some changes approved. Is it okay to merge this one, Riff? Oh, you said, I think so.
Yeah, I think it is ready. It has been a while.
Okay, great. And again, the full context is, right now he's doing the third part of the implementation. So basic logic of inline flow creation, deletion, and agent. Did you want to briefly explain this one, Griff, or?
Yeah.
So
this one is basically what we were like presented on the how to implement the data plan application inside of a Dash. Just to fill in the gaps and the flow related stuff. For example, in the future, let's say flow simulation, all these things can be done using the data plan application. This change just follows the design, just add the skeleton that how the data application looks like. We use the BBP and use I think it will be pair to actually create the connection between the BMV2 engine to the data application. So when the packet gets routed, let's say the packet needs to actually create a flow. So we have already updated the BMV2 behavior model that we have underlay config table, which will have flow enabled flag over there. So that one is already in there. So if the flow is enabled, then the packet will be routed into the data map, and the data map will actually get whatever the pipeline decide, then insert the flow entry back to the BMV2 using the flow API. So in that case, we will be able to test, say, for example, all the reverse flow behavior, for example, private link. Those flows are asynchronous, so we can do all this testing over there. Like later on, we can also use this one to implement, say, for example, HA, and other things, anything that relates to the flow. So, this is just the first change. I think this one sets like the starting point. So I've been reviewing this one for a while. So basically, I think this one should be good enough at the starting point.
Okay, great. So did anyone on the call have a question about what's happening here behind the scenes with this data plane app? Okay, no, then I'll go ahead and do a merge.
I have a question, not related to merge.
Sure.
Is there any like test or demo or something that we can see it working and actually doing something extra that BMV2 was not doing, or is there any way we can see the?
Yeah, I think there is a one sample that there are actually two samples. There is one we checked it in with the BMV2 update, so flow enable. So then one we updated PTF. So in order to see like you want to demo like how to actually change the MAC address underlay MAC as well as enable the flow. That's one thing. Another thing I think is inside of a data plane application is that just another PTF test enabling the flow and also having the flow created when the packet goes through. So that one is also in there in this PR.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Awesome. And then I know we had, where was it? I know we had one for Marian that was in progress, change the underlay TTL to 255. So did we need help with this, or?
No, I'm still not working on it. It's just on hold for now.
Okay, yeah. Let me know if you do then. Okay. And the rest of these are, still in progress. So Vasundhara is actually traveling right now for work, so I don't expect her to, be updating these possibly until maybe in a week or two. So I noticed that she was out. And I noticed we have, okay, and then this is Kumaresh working on this one. So I noticed we have Michael on the call. And so pertaining to the Floating Nic presentation that we did 2 weeks ago. Did anyone on the call have a question about Floating Nic? Again, I'll probably need to convert that to Markdown, or actually ask maybe Prince or Riff to help me with that. But did anyone on the call have questions about that presentation? So just to remind everyone, Floating Nic's pretty cool, and here's the concept in the notes, and how we plan to use it to accelerate VMs and do the processing without the need for a VM. So. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
I think
So,
Christina next step will be basically to convert this to Markdowns, right? I think to push it as the PR.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And so I can ask Prince and Riff if they'd want me to take the first swing at it, and then everyone can go in and make edits. I'm happy to do that. So, Riff, do you want me to do that?
Sure.
Okay, I'll put it on the list. Awesome.
Thank you.
And yeah, no problem. So yeah, so that's where we are this week. And thank you so much to Junhua for doing this work. That was a big piece right there. And I'll probably also close this one. This one's older, and I've talked about it with Murcha. So I'm curious, you guys, about the vacation schedule. So how about having dash meetings through the holidays? Do you guys plan to be out like the second week, third week, fourth week of December? So what we have at Azure, we have something called I call it a change freeze, but they call it a CCOA. So we really can't make changes inside the data centers. So, it gives us time internally to work on other things we probably haven't had time to work on, or take our holiday vacation. So I had planned to be out from about, I think, the 13th or the 16th through the 6th. So I was curious what you guys were thinking. Murcha, does Keysight plan to be out?
We always have a company shutdown around 20th to 2nd or something like this. So
okay,
we are out for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, same on our side. We'll have that Christmas week shutdown whenever that starts around that time, Murcha said.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just looking at my calendar here. Maybe we'll have one more dash call on the 11th, and then we'll go out for the holiday. Sound good? And Michael's out too.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, awesome. And
That
then,
works.
oh, great. And then we actually did have a conversation, just in case you guys are curious about, I'm not displaying my screen. So I talked with our team about this one, about the multiple objects being created with Camille and Riff the other day. And we kind of broke it down in the fact that there's a lot of work to be done here. And I don't know if you guys follow the repo, but if you follow it, you can see that we had this conversation the other day. And so this one's underway, and it might take a while to fix. These are the pieces that I wrote down. Is that about representative, Riff? Did you need any help from the community?
Yeah, so basically all the guidance are here, and so right now I think Junhua will work on the items one by one. Yeah, one by one. So if anyone is interested in help, definitely let us know. The bunch of works over there. So right now we are in doing a little bit simplification over the lib side. So I think Junhua probably will send out PR like fairly soon, within like 1-2 weeks. Just to get all the P4c, the site spec, then all these YAML files updated, so we can see all the required info over there, and then we'll get the template simplified. But yes, other than there's still a lot of work. So yes, if anyone is interested, let us know.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes.
Right. So you're gonna basically simplify the template, the J2 template, libsci generations. You said you've done this for the headers, but not for libsci. And then, when we talk about the 5-stage ACL, the idea was maybe to pick one to represent and track. And so anyway, this is the information. So we did talk about it, and we're hoping to work on it. And with that, any questions on this one, guys? No? Okay. So I'll go ahead and go around and ask you guys if you have anything you want to talk about this week, or I can give some time back as well. Oh, and just a reminder to people who maybe joined the call a little bit late, I might be converting my list over to the Linux Foundation lists once I can figure out how to do that, maybe over the holiday. So if you're not opposed, I'll do it that way. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for coming, and have a good rest of the week. And let me know if I can do anything for you guys in the meantime over the next week.